Hello, my dear friend. This is your friend, Dr. Samuel Kisseadoo, speaking in Virginia. Let's talk about giving. First of all, God is the primary giver. In St. John 3:16, for God so loved, he gave. Love should result in an action that is practical. God loved so much, there was giving. So he is the originator of giving. We must copy his character. Then also, when you give yourself to God, because giving is not easy, the normal self is selfish, human self. So when you give yourself to God, all other giving becomes easy. In 2 Corinthians 8, verse 5, we are told, in fact, verse 3 of 2 Corinthians chapter 8, Paul says, I testified to the Macedonia churches that they gave according to their ability and even beyond ability. They are cooking, they are cleaning, they are shopping, giving a helping hand, they are teaching in the classroom, faithfulness in accompanying the person, you're preaching, you're teaching, whatever you do, whatever you are giving, service you are performing in the community, the position you occupy, you go beyond the normal duties of a pastor, a deacon, a deaconess, an usher, a musician, someone on the radio and TV, a farmer, a worker. You sell, you run a shop, you trade, you're a politician, you're a technician, you are helping in the house, you are a son, you are a daughter, you are an in-law, whatever you do, you can go beyond your ability of your own accord. That is 2 Corinthians 8, verse 3. Of your own accord, you decided, intentionally decided, deliberately. And they were even begging to give more. When they said, oh, it's okay. Why were they able to do that in that group, in that ministry group, in that church, in that fellowship, on the job, in that company, in that school, in that classroom, on that WhatsApp platform, on Facebook, in that home, in that relationship, in that courtship, that marriage? Why were they able to do that? And the verse 5 gives the key. They first gave themselves to the Lord. They made him Lord over everything of theirs that they are giving, including their strength, prayer, for God to give enthusiasm when you are giving up, when you're upset, or you feel it's not enough. You are always prayerfully doing the things, learning even to do on-the-spot prayer. See, when the thoughts come about the giving. And then they give themselves to us. So if you want your wife to give herself to you, your husband, your child, your friend, your neighbor, your business partner, and the congregation members, or whoever is your friend, for you to give, to get that giving from the person more to you, encourage the one to give all the giving ideas and the self to God, to be Lord over the person's life. So we should emphasize that. If you want a child to do more, even your housemate to do more, encourage the one to have Christ, be strong in the Lord, tap into God's power, and be able to do more. That is what you are told. Okay. Now, what do you give? Number one, give yourself. See, communication, company, and all that. Give yourself to people. Make yourself available. Avail yourself. The ability comes from God. Availability. Give yourself to God in the thing. Pray about the position you are giving. No matter how knowledgeable, you have given yourself to God. Number two, you give your time. As you plan, put God in here and there, and put the person in. Put the family in. Put your husband, wife, your child, your friend, put them in. Time. You have to intentionally make it. It's not just going to come to you. You have to intentionally decide to give time to this. You see, even in marriage, in your lovemaking, make time for the children. They are coming home on vacation. You see, when it's holidays and you're making your plans, How much of your wife or husband or family or home do you put in as you're making plans with your money, a group you belong to? Some monies you put aside so that when there's fundraising or something crops up, you give it. It is a very important part of financial management and financial stewardship. And for God to bless you more, because you are not supposed to keep all that you get. They pass through your hands. If you keep it, then you are limiting your blessings. Make time for that. Number 3, you give your love. And your love will come as support in so many forms, cooperation, participation. You are giving your love, which will go with your time. So you give love. Number 4, you give your money. Most giving, when I say giving, people think only of money. Not only money, you give your money. Let God be Lord over your money. Pray about it. That's why you need to have a budget. And always keep something aside to help people here and there when things crop up. If you don't do that, always when funds are being raised or someone is in need, then you find it difficult to take money to help because you don't make room for that. It's not the size. It's the love that accompanies it, the little you can do. Number 5, you give material resources, things you can buy, resources in your home, so many things you have bought. They were on sale, you are not using them, and you're not giving them to anybody. Material resources. You see, that's what I call friendly evangelism, where I make these custom-made pens. Sometimes as I'm on the field ministering, I'm still paying for it. You see, as with your name on it and some Bible verse on it. When I was in the university, I used to make cards. There's a friend who was in the printing press and all what I call off cards. Put a verse on it for exam people. I quote Proverbs 21:31. The horse is made ready for the day of battle, but the victory belongs to God. To encourage the students, you have learned, but only God gives the victory. And I was giving them out. I was a student using pocket money to do that. Then I made custom-made pen, a common cheap big pen in Ghana then, you know. And then I made them write that verse on the pen and then on the card. It's just one page little card that I gave it out to students when I went to the schools. Those taking exams, final exams, I gave them out. So things you can do in addition to what you get and you are preaching, teaching. So be creative. I call it friendly evangelism, you know. And so you can give material resources. Because I know a bishop I gave a pen to one time. I was going to preach in his church. He said, "Hey, as for this, I'll use it only for signatures." You know, I used to have my morning devotions right, or my marriage teachings right after the morning session, just before Kobna Dumo of blessed memory, a well-known journalist in Ghana, Joy FM. Ghanaians know him, Kobna Dumo. He comes to the Super Morning Show, and I had gone to Ghana, and I was just going to give a pen I've made like this to him. Then I was surprised he had a pen in the pocket and said, "You see, the one you gave me last year? I use it little by little when I'm coming to the radio. I don't use it anywhere else." I said, "Wow." You see, the pen I gave him a year before, had in his pocket and was showing me. So people value these things. Number 7, give praise and thanksgiving and worship to God. Prayer for people is one of the best things you can give in public and in private to people, especially in private. And worship, thanksgiving to God and to people. You see, it's a kind of sowing, but don't take advantage of people. You don't sow because I just want to receive back. No. Okay. You do let God reward you. In Psalm 126, verse 5 and 6, 126, 5 and 6, you go forth weeping, referring to the difficulties involved, but you return with your harvest with joy. Know the source of your supply, God himself. 2 Corinthians 9, 8 to 10. 2 Corinthians 9, 8 to 10. God is able to supply all that you need to meet all the needs. Okay? So trust God. You see? And let your mind be focused on God as you give. Because the self won't want you. Sometimes it's very tough. You didn't plan for it. Let your mind go to God. Practice it. Then stop counting the cost. Oh, wow, this is expensive. This is this. This is that. I remember when I had my wedding. I say this as a testimony. Dr. Somoa of blessed memory, my classmate, Dr. Samuel Somoa. He was in the US and decided to bless me with the suit I'll put on for the wedding. He said it was a tough decision, he told me, because he bought it very nice for himself. But he said it's a wedding. And the wife also advised him, it's a wedding. And then, so he sent it for me to collect from the wife. You see, that is sacrificial giving. So the suit you saw me putting on is Dr. Somoa, who brought it from the United States. In fact, Spencer Duncan was the master of ceremonies. He came and saw my tie. And I was putting on, and then he said, no, mine is more beautiful than yours. He came from Nigeria. So the tie you saw me having, plus the shirt, he removed them, gave to me to put on, and we ran home to put on a different shirt and tie. You see, that is sacrificial giving. They didn't count the cost. In Acts 20:35 is more blessed. Some say blessed to give than to receive. In Galatians 6:9 and 10, don't grow weary. You are going to reap if you keep on doing it. Continue to give that service, give that prayer, give that performance, whether the group, the church, the community, the school, the classmates, people on that platform, people in that market, people on that radio, at the radio station or the TV station or whatever it is, or your group of politicians or lawyers or doctors and advisors or the company are not appreciating. Let God appreciate you. In fact, sometimes when people are rather quiet, that's when God blesses you. If you go on craving for attention and appreciations from people, then you're going to lose that one from God. You see, he said, as opportunity arrives, Galatians 6:9 and 10, said, as we have opportunity, let us do good to all men, especially those of the household of faith, those who believe in God through Christ. Seriously, don't get so angry with the brethren or your church or your group so that you stop giving because of all the reasons you have. Lord, thank you that you hear us and help us to be givers by giving ourselves to you and to people first. In Jesus' name, amen. Call me Dr. Samuel Kisseadoo in Virginia on 1-757-728-9330. That is home. But the cell is 1-757-696-7442. Call me on 1-757-696-7442. In Accra, Ghana, call 020-812-6533. If you can't get the office manager, call 02-4444-1954. Go to YouTube, subscribe. You see a number of messages there, videos. Put the name Kisseadoo, Kisseadoo. Kisseadoo, Dr. Samuel Kisseadoo. I have 3 Facebook walls. Put Dr. Samuel Kisseadoo in and try to go there also and be a friend. And there's a broadcast on Joy 99.7 FM, Saturday mornings, 5:30 to 6. 5:30 a.m. to 6 a.m. Joy 99.7 FM. The email is Kisseadoo. God bless you.